All right, but anyway, all right, I got a pen. All right, so can you run off that information to me?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
The first officer named Birch, Birch.
Uh huh.
The badge number is 1883.
Okay.
And the other officer, she's a female officer named Godfrey.
Okay.
Godfrey.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Her badge number was 1869.
Okay. All right.
All right. So they from the 18th district. There's nothing with the 16th district. They're in the 18th district.
Okay. Well, see, if that's the case, why were they even over here? Okay, 'cause like I'm telling you, everything today was so bizarre. Okay, because see now you were still here this morning when that cop, did finally come. Almost 6 o'clock this morning. All right, and then when I noticed how she reacted, when I said something about, I had a disabled placard.
I understand, say yeah.
Yeah, okay, which that gives me temporary permission to park wherever. Okay, all right,
Right.
okay, and then, so and then what did she tell me? She said, "Look, just don't even bother calling them. Just go get your car." Okay, so then when I get down there, okay, I'm mad. All right, so then. All right, so the guy's like, okay, license, registration, and the other, which I asked him, well, why did y'all take my car? Oh, because you got a ticket. A ticket? A ticket for what? Okay. Oh, well, give me a few minutes, and and I'll show it to you. Okay. And he went back into the little, trailer place. Then, like about 15 minutes later, he came back out and he let me in the yard. Then he's like, okay, license, registration, and insurance. I said, well, I don't have none of that because it's in the car. So he was like, okay, well, let's go. You can go out and get it. So first thing I did was pop my trunk, and I took my big pocketbook that was in the trunk. So then I go pop the doors, and I went to go in the glove compartment, to get the paperwork for the car. And that's when I noticed that my placard, disability thing was gone. Right. So I said, no, come here. No, you need to see this. You need to see. He said, well, we don't steal, and this, that, and the other, so. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. You know what I mean? Because I didn't take it for myself, and I know it was in my car. Okay? All right? So I went on and gave him, what he needed. All right? Then, well, how you paying for this? All right? So then I told him, don't make no copy of my card. Okay? So, he no, I'm not going to do that. So he gives me a receipt and he said, well, you're going to get a copy of everything. He gave me a copy of the little receipt from the ATM. He gave me the receipt from them and the ticket. Okay, talking about in the parking lane. So then I'm getting ready to walk out, and I'm looking at what he got in his hand. I said, hold up, you ain't give me no copy of that. Well, you're not supposed to have that. I'm like, say what? Oh, well, you can take a picture of it. That's what I just sent you. Okay. And do you see under remarks where it says, what did it say, fire lane, but they can't even spell, okay? They said something else, okay? And it said, no permit, okay? So that told me right there, I know y'all took my placard, because this is to make it, right. But see, you seen that car, you didn't know it was mine, but what did you see?
I see the black in the window. I
Yeah,
see the black. It was right hanging on the mirror.
right. So if you don't steal, how come it's not still there? Okay, all right. Then when I my pocketbook that was in the trunk, all right, I had like 8 bottles of medication. It was only two. Okay, you know, yes, yeah. So it was like, oh no. So I come home, and I was like, I'm so angry, and then I'm going through my pocketbook to try to see, if anything else is missing. Then there was another part that I keep my birth certificate, Social Security, and all that. That was open. I never leave that open. Okay. Then I noticed that my digital camera was gone.
Money too.
Huh?
They probably looking for money too.
Yeah, you're right. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to call the 16th district. So I called. I asked for a lieutenant or a captain. All right, and the guy was like, "Well, what is it in reference to?" And I explained it to him. Right. So he said, "Hold on." He connects me to the lady said that she was a colonel. Okay. So then she turned around and tells me, "Well, there was no police cars, directed to this building to take no cars last night at all." So I'm,
You know
how,
what you gotta do? You gotta call the 18th district. Call the 18th district because they're from the 18th district. That's call the 18th district.
okay, all right. So the
That's
H,
their badges from the 18th district.
okay, all right. So now, so
All along, and then you can get decided for Officer Birch and Officer Crawford.
right, okay. So then that's when I told her. I said, "Well, Miss, they took like 8 people's cars, out of the lot. All right." So then she said, we're only talking about your car, okay?" So she said, "No, well, your car was towed to 30 whatever Germantown Avenue." And I said, "Well, Miss, I already know that because I already got my car back, okay? All right." She said, "Well, I don't even know why they took your car, and there was no record of no ticket." And I'm like, "What?" Okay, and I said, the officer, I'm looking at the receipt of a ticket and all the addresses on the ticket, the receipt, and that thing that I just sent you, and it said 4100 Paris Street. That's not even where they took the car from. And then when I told her they took my placard sticker, they took a digital camera, and they took a medication that was in my pocketbook. So she said, "Okay, well you need to hang up and call 911 and have another officer come back to report all that stuff." All right. So I was like, "Okay." So I turned around, I called back, and I said, "Okay, y'all colonel told me to call and have y'all send another car out, to get another report, And then she even, and I even had told her that the officer came this morning, and I gave her that DC number, right? So she said, "Well, make sure that, when they come, that you give them that DC number, And then in the meantime, I did find my ID for my placard card, okay, to prove that's mine. It don't expire to 2022, okay? All right. Nobody never showed up. I'm sitting outside. Then I called back again, and I said, "You know what? I'm still sitting outside, and nobody showed up." She said, "Well, ma'am, it's change of shift, and we're really not busy, so somebody becomes seeing you real soon." And I told her, I said, "Look, this been going on since, 3 o'clock last night. I'm tired, I'm fatigued, and I'm not trying to be sitting out here. You got my phone number, call me." Ain't nobody responded. But then when Pop came and told me, that those officers were white, 2 white females, and he said one of them was a captain or a lieutenant. And I'm like, you know what? Then that's why she had no record of them coming over here doing anything, because they didn't report it. Okay? All right, some undercover shit. All right, so anyway, I said, no, this is something for internal affairs. I came back up in the house. I called internal affairs, and she said, and I told her I had talked to the corporal. She said, "Well, we don't have corporals." Hello? Okay? So she said, "Well, I'm getting ready to call the 16th district and ask for a supervisor." And I'm like, "All right, because I'm still waiting for somebody to come and take a report for what was taken out of my car." Ain't nobody showed up yet. And that was like about 4. So like I'm saying, that's some undercover shit between the cops, probably that white man that's running this building here, and that tow company, and they're telling them to shut up and, keep their mouth shut and ignore it, this, that, and the other. But hey, guess what? They mess with the wrong person, because I ain't the one.
Take it to civil court. That's all.
Huh?
Take it to civil court. Tell them they unlawfully took your car.
You're right, but the thing is, okay.
You got to put it against the towing company and the police department.
Right, exactly. Because he gonna go. I mean, please forgive me because I really wasn't mad at you. Remember, I called you back and I said, listen, somebody had to call. And what did you say? We didn't call. And when you told me that you did what? You went outside.
I looked at the car. I said, don't take that. I told them not to take the car.
Yeah.
So as soon as I went back in the building, they backed the damn tow truck up and snatched the car.
Yeah, but Pop told me they took 6 people's cars.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, and and that don't make no sense. Now, one of the guys on my building, he said they took his car and then called him this morning and apologized, talking about they didn't see his sticker. Okay, but he can come pick his car up, but and he didn't have to pay. No, if you took my car, your mistake. You bring my car back. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's crazy. And then $205. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
That's just getting funny.
yeah. So, but all I feel is them cops and the tow company and probably that white motherfucker up in here because somebody else told me this is private property. If you're the security guard of this whole building, okay, whatever you say should go.
Right.
Okay. I mean, if you didn't call to have them towed, why y'all just coming up here taking people's shit?
Right.
So that's why I know that's some undercover conniving shit that they done conjured up, but they fucked up because as far as I'm concerned, if you gonna take my car, put the address where you took my car at. Because when I go to court, I'm gonna take a picture of 4100 Paris Street. That's a parking space. It probably ain't even a house up there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So where's the fire lane?
Right.
And they're gonna tell me, I didn't have no permit. No, you might have taken that permit, but I have an ID showing that I had a permit.
Yeah.
You know.
You take that to the court and you get your money back.
Yep.
And some.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. That was ignorant and it didn't make no sense. You know what I mean? And then they sit up here and Pop said that they took 7 cars and they wanted to take some more. And see, and that's why when I called you and I told you I called the cops, and reported that they illegally towed my car. When they call me. And see, and when you called me, all right, I came out the door and I was halfway down the hall, and then that's when you told me they just drove off. They were the motherfuckers that put them tickets on the car, and they were only coming to see if them cars were gone. That's what that was about. Because I told you when I called them back, they said, well, that the car for your call hasn't been dispatched yet. Okay, and I called 4 times, but the lady told me they only have a record of me calling once, and I know I called more than once because I called I think it was like 5 o'clock and told them nobody showed up, and the guard will be leaving within the hour, and and they need to get his statement and mine, okay? And then that's when you called because I thought you were going, when she came, but when you called me and told me they were here, and it was like, all right, so I came down, but see, that's a bunch of crap, All right, sweet. All right, well, anyway, I'm still waiting for them to come to get take another report, of what was taken out my car, out my pocketbook, but they ain't responded yet. But I'm gonna call before I go to sleep. So you get,
Stay on until they come.
huh?
That's all. Stay on until they come. That's all.
All right, sweetie. All right, well, I'll call you and let you know, when I call them. All right, and so you can let me know when they get here. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.